Hey Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA. Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes, not corn, and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants, I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium. His record pure gold, his courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby. When pitching to Raj, the pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time, incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw 3 strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for LaHoy, whom Clevelanders love, Napoleon himself with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite Ken. You ask how he's here, he talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet stay put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mack. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said, just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, it yelled I surrender. T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. U would be Ubel if Carl wore a Cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W, Wagner, the bow-legged beauty, short, close to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of 2 X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent sigh. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, the summit of fame. These men are up there. These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday, Ogden Ash, January 1949, Sport Magazine. Hey Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom.
Whose swept stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball!
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? And a happy spring training to you, girls and boys, here on the BCR. As we're set to bring you this game and get you ready for the boys of summer. Opening day is quickly approaching on the diamond. So kick back and relax. Grab you a cold one as we're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of radio baseball. We'll hit the lineups as the game moves on. Wherever you are, we'll take you out to the warm sunshine and the beautiful blue skies of spring training baseball. Make sure to hit that subscribe and set the alerts, as we've got a full docket of spring baseball coming your way leading up to opening day. So with the spring in our step, the wind at our back, and the sun high in the sky, let's put it all aside and head out to the old ballpark. Oh, baby! We got a good one today. Can I interest you in a little Paul Skeens versus the entire Atlanta Braves opening day lineup? Ah? Now we're talking turkey. Leading off for your Atlanta Braves today, we'll hit that at the bottom of the first inning. For the Pirates today, it's going to be O'Neal Cruz, Brandon Lowe, Marcell Ozuna, the big Zoos back in Braves country, batting third, the designated hitter. Ryan O'Hearn, recently signed free agent as well, is in right field. Valdez is at third and batting fifth. Triolo is at short, not Connor Griffin. And he is batting sixth. Davis batting seventh behind the plate. Flores at first and Jeb in left field. We should be just about set for pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves as we get set. Pirates in their black unis, black caps, gold trim. Cruz heading to the plate. Elder's on the bump, and yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. The first pitch on the way is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt, 1-1. Braves are wearing their spring training blues. As we get this off the screen, I believe we've got the scoreboard ready to roll. We do. 1-1 pitch, curveball down and into him. Spring Training blues with the red lettering and white trim. Atlanta across the chest, tomahawk underneath. Red ball cap and blue bill. The Spring Training look for 2026. And the 1-2 pitch swing. That ball is sizzled off the bat to the opposite side of the field. It's going to line into left field, and that's down for a base hit. And the Pittsburgh Pirates have one on and nobody out to get things going here in the top of the first inning. Left to right across the diamond for your Atlanta Braves. Around the horn, it's Riley, Dubon, Ozzie, and Olsen. Drake is behind the plate with Elder on the bump. And left to right in the outfield, it's the Yaz, Michael Harris II, and the Rajah, Ronald Acuna Jr. First pitch on the way is up top, misses high for a ball. Righty-lefty matchup to Brandon Lowe. It's 1-0. A 256 hitter, last year with 31 home runs. Another addition by the Pirates is the 1-0 swing and a miss. I think the Pirates are going to be a pretty fun team to watch this year. They've had some down years, but if you're looking to catch a game here and there outside of Braves country and you're wanting a fun team to pull for, an underdog type role, they've got the young pitching, can it hold up? And they've added some bats. They've got Ryan O'Hearn, Lowe, Marcell Ozuna is the 1-1, misses outside 2-1. And Connor Griffin, he's not in the lineup today. I hope we get a chance to see him. If not, I do believe we will see him the next go-around when we have the Pirates on here. He hit 2 home runs against the Boston Red Sox yesterday. As the 2-1 misses high, 2-2. They said he went around. Lowe didn't really love it, but kind of an excuse-me check swing. So a 2-2 count. Good to see everybody in the chat. We'll get to you in a second as Elder flips it over. Keep the runner close by. Nothing doing. The 2-2. Runner goes. Ball in the dirt, and it gets away. And Drake Baldwin was able to block it, but no chance of getting O'Neal Cruz, who has really good speed. And the center fielder stands at second base with a stolen base and a full count. Thank you, Mr. Charlie. Well, welcome in today. We'll hit the salutations here in a second. The payoff pitch. God-looking strike 3. Punched him out on the inner track. 1 away. Respect your elder. Good pitch by Elder. He's expected to be your 5th starter in the rotation. And he's out of options. So come hell or high water, I think he's going to be given a chance unless for some reason someone really outshines him in the spring, which isn't likely. As the pitch on the way is down into Ozuna, it's 1-0. Remember, you've got 2 guys on the IL. Is the 1-0 swing and a miss. 1-1 down and in. Sinker, nasty pitch. Marcell Ozuna had a down year last year with 21 home runs, but he had hit 40 and 39 respectively the 2 years prior to. 2024 All-Star. The 1-1 in the dirt. 2-1. Pittsburgh signed him on a 1-year, $12 million deal. And the real difference between who the Braves signed and Marcell Ozuna, Yastrzemski can play the field. And very well. He's a very good defender with a good pop in the bat from the left side, and that's what the Braves were looking for. 2-1 pitch, swing, chops it over to third. Riley will look back the runner, fire it over to first, and it's a 5-3 put out. 2 down. I, for one, will be pulling for Marcell Ozuna. Really like him. Just hope he doesn't get traded to somewhere terrible at the deadline if the Pirates are out of it. But I'll be pulling for old Marcell as he turned and hit first. He and Matt Olson playfully gave each other kind of a playful shove as he headed back to the dugout. He was one of the most, if not the most popular Brave in the clubhouse last few years. First pitch on the way, righty-lefty matchup to Ryan O'Hearn is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. O'Hearn, if you're not familiar with him, the 1-0. Try to get the bender outside too. He's from Dunedin, Florida, right there in spring training country. He was drafted by the Royals in 2014 out of Sam Houston State, but most recently is the 2-0 inside 3-0. Most recently would be more well-known as a Baltimore Oriole. Pitt played there in 23 and 24 and was traded away midway through the season in 25 to San Diego. The 3-0 swing rips it through the hole, and that ball's through for a base hit. Ronald Acuna Jr. comes up firing. Here comes the throw to the plate. One hopper and head first slide, and O'Neal Cruz barely beats it out, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Hard hit ball. Acuna had a long way to go as he was playing fairly deep, and O'Neal Cruz with that speed and 2 outs just got in time. A lot closer than you really expected it to be. 1-0 your score, runner at first, 2 outs. That'll bring Valdez to the plate. Manuel Valdez, righty-lefty matchup, pitch in the dirt. It's 1-0. Valdez playing third base, and he's listed as a first baseman, but he is at third today. .27-year-old standing in, the pitch on the way in the dirt. Bounces in front of Drake Baldwin. That's another free base and another man in scoring position. So a 2-1 count now. Wild pitches by Bryce Elder led to the first run. Now a second run is in scoring position. The 2-1 pitch. Up top for a strike. Good slider. 2-2. Tomorrow we got a doubleheader for you. Doing Braves Yankees. It's a road game, so most of the scrubs will be in by about the 7th inning is the 2-2 pitch. Caught looking, strike 3. 2 strikeouts on the afternoon for Helder, but he choked up a run. We'll be back in a flash. It's 1-0. The Braves will grab the sticks and try to even it up versus Paul Skeens.
I may not be famous, and I may not be a beauty queen. That's it. That's all.
This is the career of Denton Young. People who witnessed his fastball destroy fences said it looked like a cyclone hit it, and that's how he got the nickname Cy. Because he threw so hard, one of his battery mates named Charles Zimmer used to put a beefsteak inside of his glove to protect his catching hand. He was a workhorse. On the last day of his rookie season, he pitched both games of a doubleheader, and not surprisingly, won both of them. They say he is one of the reasons they changed the distance from the mound to home plate in 1893. Around 1895, he developed a pitch called a slow ball to help reduce the stress on his arm. If you're wondering what a slow ball is, look no further than the changeup. In 1902, he joined the Boston Americans of the American League. How did he fare? Pretty good, considering he won almost 42% of his team's games in his first season with the team. Threw the first perfect game in American League history against the Philadelphia Athletics. He still holds the record for the most consecutive innings without allowing a hit. 25 1/3 innings, or 76 hitless batters. In 1911, he retired at the age of 44. His 749 complete games and 511 wins will never be broken.
Armchair.
Hey, could somebody explain to me what's the use of having health insurance when all we do is pay a bunch of money every month in case something happens, but when something does happen, we have to pay a bunch more?
0-2 pitch. Fastball blown away.
When you watched Pedro, it was almost poignant in a way that someone that small could throw that hard. Most great pitchers, you look at them and they all have one great strikeout pitch. If the count's 0-2 or if he even counts 3-2, he always has one place to go to get you out. Well, Pedro Martinez had 3 places to get you out. It was the fastball, it was the changeup, and it was the curveball. They were all the best pitches of their kind in baseball at the time. And he could put them anywhere that he wanted.
Welcome back, Paul Skeens. First pitch on the way.
Excuse me? Are you really drinking a beer before work? You damn right I'm having a beer. What? Have you been to that job? No.
Have you dealt with them idiots all?
First pitch from Paul Skeens is inside for a strike. Righty-righty matchup versus Acuna. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Up top. Misses high, 1-0. Marquee matchup in the spring training tilt. Ron Acuna Jr. versus Paul Skeens. As the National League Cy Young winner. 2025 fires one in at 99 miles an hour, chop foul. To the 2023 National League MVP, it's 1-2. Both are expected to be in the running for both once again, the Cy Young and the MVP. The 1-2 count. Swing, bangs it down the line, foul, did it again. No word on how many pitches they expect Skeens to fire here in this game. My guess would be around 3 innings this go around, and then they'll slowly build him up. But you do have the WBC to factor in as the 1-2 misses high. 2-2. Slider a little bit out of the zone. 2-2 count. Paul Skeens out of LSU as the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the nasty slider. One down. Drake Baldwin coming to the plate. Batting second today. It's Acuna, then the Drake. There's the first pitch on the way. First pitch swing. That's going to be a slow bouncer over to short. 6-3. Easy put out. One pitch, one away. Batting third is Matt Olson today. Jerickson Profar is your cleanup hitter and in left field. The Yaz is the DH, not the other way around. You've seen it the other way around all spring. Austin Riley batting third, batting fifth, playing third. The Yaz, the designated hitter, batting sixth. Is pitch right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Ozzie batting seventh, and at second, Michael Harris the second is in center field, and Dubon is in at short and batting ninth. 1-0. High and out of the zone. Check swing, check down the line. So a 1-1 count. Left to right in the outfield for the Pirates is Jeb, Cruz, and O'Hearn. Around the horn, left to right, it's Valdez, Triolo. Is the 0-1 right there on the outer edge, 0-2. 1-2, excuse me. The screen is wrong on Gray Vision. Matt Olson wants to challenge it, so we'll see what happens there. Low is at second, Flores is at first. And the 8, man, that is close. They're saying, oh, man, it got overturned, so it's 2-1. I mean, that is within a hair of being a strike. Davis is behind the plate, and, of course, Skeens on the bump. The pitch on the way, the 2-1, now it's 2-2. You're following along on Gray Vision. They got it all jacked up. This will be the fifth pitch of the at-bat. On a 2-2 count. Skeens kicks and fires. Check swing. Did they go around? They check down the line. He did not. So a full count now. But the Gray Vision is wrong. I believe they've got it right on the scoreboard we're sharing. It's hard for me to see y'all's angle. The payoff pitch, down and in, ball 4, so he'll head on down to first. The Atlanta Braves got something cooking here. 1 on and 2 outs, and that'll bring Jerickson Profar to the plate. Pitch on the way is a check swing. Called for a strike to Profar. Off the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. Profar wants to challenge. I think he'll get this one. This one looks pretty obvious. Yeah, it's off the plate. It's in that gray area that they put outside. So if you're looking at your screen, what we have there, the dark area is officially the strike zone. The gray area is basically the outer edge and where a lot of umpires will call it, where it gets framed. 1-0 pitch, down and away, 2-0. But for challenge purposes, it has to hit the darker area. The gray area is technically a ball. 2-0 count. Pirates lead at 1-0, bottom of the first. The pitch on the way. Check swing, 3-0. Standing on deck is Austin Riley. The 3-0. Profar takes the P at the knees, four-seam fastball, 3-1. Profar with a really good batting eye, as does Matt Olson. They're probably going to be given more liberties than some of our other batters. The 3-1 pitch, swing, fouls it away, full count. Detroit and Philadelphia are scoreless in the second. With the out-of-town scoreboard here in a little bit. The payoff pitch. Up high, misses, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good to see you, Peter, and Chop Shop. JJ. Uncle Charlie. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley's upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. Supposed to be having here chatting today. Gary the Real McCoy. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Letter high, it's 0-2. Karen Jamison. Richard Talley. Marguerite is the 0-2 pitch, caught looking, strike 3. And they rang him up, but Riley wants to challenge this one. This one's going to be close. It was upstairs. Whether or not they'll get the call or not, we'll have to see. Here we go. And yeah, that's going to get overturned. Just a hair high. So good eye there by Austin Riley. Who else do we have in here? I think I got Richard Talley and who else do we have in here? James Fisher King, good to see you. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 3, so much to do about nothing. Tim Short, good to see you. We'll hit the rest when we return. Pirates lead at 1-0. The Braves went 3-0 on the ABS, though. That's not nothing.
I'm only calling your phone 32 times and that's it. Boy, I'm not about to chase you.
The 1906 Chicago Cubs, the 2001 Seattle Mariners, the 1998 New York Yankees are some of the greatest teams of all time. But what about the 1980 Denver Bears? That team won 92 games and finished 21.5 games ahead of the next closest team. They were an offensive juggernaut, averaging 6.36 runs per game. On top of that, they led the league in home runs, doubles, hits, and OPS. That's not all. They also were a menace on the base pass, finishing second in stolen bases with 143 and second in triples with 47. man, they could fly. You may be asking yourself, what about their pitching? Their 3.87 ERA and 740 strikeouts were second in the league, and their 14 shutouts were tops in the league. They were hard to beat at home. At one point, they won 21 straight games at home. One of the stars of their team was a 20-year-old Tim Raines, who finished with a .354 batting average to go along with his 11 triples and 77 stolen bases. His teammates Tim Wallach and Randy Bass would also contribute, hitting a combined 73 home runs and driving in a combined 267 runs. 24 of the 29 players on that team would wind up playing in the major leagues. That group combined for 13 All-Star appearances, 3 Gold Gloves, and 3 Silver Sluggers. This team has got to go down as one of the best teams in minor league history.
Booby trap spelled backwards is party boob.
10 Japanese pitchers had already come to the United States, but no Japanese position player had ever appeared in the majors. Then, in 2000, the Japanese-owned Seattle Mariners decided to sign him anyway, hoping Ichiro would attract a large following among Asian Americans living in the Pacific Northwest.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love y'all.
Welcome back. Bryce Elder back to work. 1-0 your score. Pirates lead, top of the second inning. 23rd pitch right there for Elder to start off the inning. The 1-0 chopped over the line. This should be an easy 5-3. Riley to Olsen. It is. One away. Pretty sure, but just in case, I got Margaret and Tim, Peta and Chop Shop, John, most of the score. That's all kinds of confusion there. Uncle Charlie, Richard Talley, Joe Rowe, and the real McCoy Gary. First pitch to start off the second at bat here to Davis, line catcher. It's 0-1, the 0-1. Henry Davis, swing, lifts it. High into center field, but not very deep. Camping underneath it is Michael Harris the second. 2 down. Davis was highly touted catching prospect a few years ago, but he's had a lot of issues behind the plate defensively. They're trying to find a way to get him right because he's got a pretty darn good bat they wanted in the lineup. Flores at the plate, righty-lefty matchup. I forgot until it just started happening here that for whatever reason, one of the scoreboards has big-time issues. It's not the one that we're sharing with you, but it's one of the ones that I get my information from is the 1-0 chops and foul down the line. I keep 3 scoreboards going so I can get different information as we call the game. And one of them, for whatever reason, ABS challenges, it locks it up. It'll just quit going live. It'll stay paused the whole time. 1-1 count. P at the knees. 1-2. Expect Elder to be your number 5 starter with Holmes being the number 4. Raylo 3, and of course Strider 2 and Chris Sale 1, who just signed the extension through 2028 if the Braves pick up the team option in 28. It's a 27 a year for 2027, 30 for 2028. And all that came on the heels of the announcement of the new Braves vision. It's the 1-2 pitch, down away 2-2. Someone I follow on X, I can't remember who it was, but it's a Braves fan, and they said they had a pretty good tweet. They said that the Braves missed a big opportunity with the name as the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country Radio. Good inning by Elder, a bounce back inning. We'll grab the bats when we return.
Hey, I don't know who needs to hear this, but living your life to the fullest does not have to involve hiking.
I told my boss that 3 companies were after me, and I needed a raise. Which companies are after you? He said, gas, electric, cable.
I'm 41 years old. I'm
42. So That means that I am older than the
Ma'am, what's your citation for
You're writing me a ticket?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know who my father is?
Why? Didn't your mother tell you?
Duke, Pee Wee, Hodges, we basically had all had our best years behind us by the time we moved to LA.
For a team that had grown used to success, the '58 season was a rude shock as the Dodgers finished next to last, their worst record in 14 years. And as they began the 1959 season, the Dodgers were in need of some inspiration. They would receive it in an unlikely source, their former catcher Roy Campanella. On May 7th, the Dodgers held a tribute for Campy. It was an exhibition game against the Yankees to raise money for his medical bills. A record 93,000 people attended.
All of the lights will be turned out as Pee-wee Reese wheels the chair that holds Roy Campanella. Tonight, on his last trip to the mound, the city of Los Angeles says hello to him.
They told everybody, we want each one of you to light one match. What a sight that was.
Lights at the Coliseum, perhaps the most beautiful and dramatic moment in the history of sports.
It meant a lot. It was something that, we got to do. We got to win for people in LA. We came out here and they expected us to win, and we've got to show the fans that we're still a good ball club.
Is at the plate. Mike Yastrzemski, first pitch on the way. Bender down and in. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Skeens versus the Yaz. Paul Skeens comes set. Sinker outside wide. Well outside wide. Ball 2-2. Paul Skeens, of course, NL Cy Young Award winner from Fullerton, California. First pick overall in the 2023 draft by the Pirates out of LSU. He's about to start his third season in the major leagues. 2-0, misses high and wide, 3-0. One of those rare guys that you draft in the first round, the top of the draft, that it's instantly ready for major league service. Pitch outside wide, ball 4, and it's a 4-pitch walk for your Atlanta Braves, and the Yaz will head on down to first, getting something going here in the bottom of the second inning. Ozzie Albies, the whiz, comes to the plate. First pitch on the way. Smacks there below the knees. Called for a ball. It's 1-0. A little surprised they didn't challenge that one. That looked like it was right in the zone. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Coming out of his shoes on that one. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Pitch swung on, pop back, foul, 1-2. And I think you can see the strike zone a little better after we move that up a little bit. The 1-2 count. Righty lefty, Skeens brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase one a little bit off the plate. 1 away. That pitch came in at 96 miles an hour. That'll bring Michael Harris the second to the plate. Money Mike. First pitch, swing and a miss. Right there on the outer edge, chase the changeup. It's 0-1. Money Mike finished with a .249 batting average last year and OPS under 700 at 678. We always talk about that OPS needs to be 700 or higher to be considered just right about average. An average, what is considered an average good hitter. So He had a little bit of a lull last year, and he had peaks and valleys like no other. He had a couple of hot streaks, but other than that, it was a really lost year for Harris. He's looking to bounce back. The 0-1 inside. They're going to fire it down to first, and the ball gets away. The ball's going to get down into the corner, right field, and the Yaz gets up. He's trucking. Here comes the throw to third, and he is safe. Yaz showing off his wheels after a bad throw by Davis. We talked about Davis's struggles with the defensive side of it all. Are they sending him back? What is going on here? I don't understand what is going on here. They sent him back to first base. There must have been a timeout called before that pitch ever was thrown. That is weird. The 1-1 chopped over to first, and we'll call that foul. The only thing I can think of is it coming through off the bat. Maybe Harris was called for interference with the catcher throw down to first base, but I didn't see it. That must have been what they called it in saying that's what led to the wild throw. So a 1-2 count, runner at first. Outside wide 2-2. Not a big deal in the spring, but man, you'd be irate right now if this is a game that counted. Because even Yastrzemski got to third base. He's looking around and goes, what are you talking about? They called it a dead ball. The 2-2, down and in, 3-2. So a full count. Had he thrown him out at first, he would have counted it as an out. But because they're saying that there was interference by Harris stepping back into the throw, it was just a natural reaction as the pitch on the way outside wide, ball 4. So Michael Harris will head on down to first. We got runners on first and second now. One away. Mauricio Dubon, the number 9 hitter, coming to the plate. Ronald Acuna Jr. on the on-deck circle. Keep it going. Drake is in the hole. First pitch on the way to Dubon is a swing and a miss. 98 miles an hour. High cheese on the inside. It's 0-1. Man, he was bringing it. The 0-1. Swing. Slices it foul. It's 0-2. Well, we talked about Dubon before for folks who are wondering what he's going to bring to the table and for the Braves at shortstop until Kim gets back. Defensively, you're not going to miss a beat. Offensively, he's an OPS guy of under 700 for his career, so below average of what you would consider a good hitter. The 0-2, this is high, 1-2. He did have he's got a total of 39 home runs in his career, but he had 7 last year in about little over what you would consider half a season, as he was a bench player for most of the year. Pitch misses high. So a 2-2 count. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch on the way, swing, chopped over towards second base. It's going to be a tough throw in the dirt. Good stab by the first baseman Flores. Lowe threw one in the dirt, bounced it, and it was a short hopper, but into the glove of Lowe. Great play over there by Flores. The Braves move runners at second and third now, so they move up 90 feet, but there are 2 away with Acuna coming to the plate. Righty-righty matchup, Ronald Acuna Jr. versus Paul Skeens. The first pitch on the way. Outside wide. It's 1-0. Skeens is Davis is checking down the line to make sure Yaz wasn't trying to steal home. The 1-0 pitch. Acuna with an open stance. Right there on the outer edge. That's going to be a close one. They call it a strike, but Acuna wants to challenge it. That's extremely close. See if he gets overturned. He got it right. So there you go, 2-0. Once again, it's got to hit the zone when the ball passes through that middle part of the plate. The 2-0. Swing, fouls it away, 2-1. Acuna's stance much more open. I noticed it when he first came back to camp, and he had the open stance from the left side, and I thought maybe that was just because he was goofing around from the left side. He racked one into the right field corner from the left side, by the way. But it looks like he's doing it from the right side, too. The 2-1 swing, pops it up. Ganacorn will end the inning if they can fight off the sun and the wind. And the catch, whoa, stumbling, bumbling, fumbling, but Flores holds on to it as he hits the ground into his knees. 1-0 your score. Pittsburgh leads the Braves. We go to the top of the third here in Braves country.
I'm going to say no one's better than me, but I just, him playing in his 7th Super Bowl.
The most prolific and pure passing quarterback that this generation has ever seen.
Dan Marino, and it's always been Dan Marino.
But Marino, if you look at the stats, dude, his first season, 48 touchdowns in that era.
Back in,
dude,
what,
best
70s?
Best quarterback
80s?
season in history. I don't care what anyone says,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Like, every single time that I've been putting up and breaking these records, it's like Dan Marino had 170 touchdowns in 3 years. I'm like, what? I thought they ran the ball back then.
It's hard to pick one, but I just think one of the guys I've seen play the best in that position that didn't get his due was Dan. I mean, you put Danny in here today with some of the size of these receivers and his ability to get the ball out of his hand and how accurate he was.
Not going to see quarterbacks like Dan Marino ever again.
Armchair.
Hey, does anybody else have to defrost when they first wake up before they start talking to people because they'd be mad as hell for no apparent reason for the first few minutes? Or is it just me?
In an era filled with home runs, Ichiro was a revelation, slapping the ball in every direction, beating out infield hits, flying around the bases.
Because this was in the midst of a bludgeon ball era in baseball, and here's this wiry little guy spraying base hits everywhere, beating out infield choppers, playing this sort of cerebral game. Was so different from the prevailing culture of the sport that I think it made it even more appealing.
Japanese newspapers and television stations dispatched hundreds of reporters to send back news of his every move to a nation eager for any information about their hero. Ichiro, his prime minister declared, makes me proud to be Japanese.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Tyler Kinley will come on, so Bryce Elder's day is through. Kinley re-signed by the Braves after being released. Not picking up the club option. It was really strange. They basically netted about $1 million when it's all said and done. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Down and in, righty-lefty matchup. Jeb, the batter, number 9 hitter. 1-1 count. Infield back into the right. The pitch swung on, chopped down the first baseline. Man, Gray continues to have their issues. Would someone go out and get a new coaxial cord that's connecting the television camera to the rest of the world? That thing zips out every time the breeze blows here in spring training. They had the same thing last year. Like, they had fixed nothing. The 1-2 count. Up top, misses high, 2-2. Someone said if you're in certain areas, you can get it rabbit ears. That channel, and I'm like, well, it shows. They're using that same technology. It's going to be a challenge here And call's overturned, so that'll be a strike and a strikeout. Caught looking good, challenge by the Drake. O'Neal Cruz will come to the plate. He scored the lone run of the game so far, getting on with a single and then a wild pitch and came around to score. First pitch on the way is inside for a strike. It's on one. Riley hit nothing, Freedom. He hit the pine after he struck out. Pitch on the way is outside wide. It's 0-1. He had challenged a strike just before that and won the challenge to extend the at-bat and then struck out. It was a fastball about letter high. But it is from Paul Skeens. It's not like it was a nobody. Pitch on the way. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. Once again, the ABS system, you cannot challenge check swings. One count. Nobody on, one out. Braves trail 1-0. We're just here in the top of the third inning, just getting going here in Northport, Florida. Pitch is down and in. Ball 2-2. Standing on deck is Lowe. And on in the hole is the Big Zoo, Marcell Ozuna. Ex-Atlanta Brave favorite. Pitch, curveball. Man, that was close. I think it just missed outside and low. 3-2. Tried to go in with that curveball. Payoff pitch. Down and in, ball 4. So Cruz will be back on the base paths with his speed, wreaking havoc, and here comes Lowe. Brandon Lowe out of Suffolk, Virginia, drafted by the Rays in 2015 and was with the Rays organization the whole way through until becoming a free agent this year. First pitch on the way is right there for a ball outside wide. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing. That ball's ripped up the middle and dribbled through the infield. Dubon going to his knees, grabs it, spins from his knees, fires it to first, and almost gets Lowe, which would have been a miraculous play. It was a bang-bang play. It looked like Lowe was safe. But I mean, barely. I mean, he barely got there. My word. What a great play. You see Dubon pull off some really good. Are they challenging this? Nah, they shouldn't challenge it. He just got him by about a quarter step. First pitch on the way to the Big Zoo, Marcell Ozuna. 1 on, or 2 on and 1 out. Pitch down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Up top for a strike. 1-1. Of course, we know Ozuna's a threat to go yard. He's also a double play threat. He looks like he's lost some LBs in the offseason. The pitch on the way. Inside. 2-1. With the four-seamer. Coming in at 94 miles an hour for Kenley here in the early spring. Also could be because the Pirates have a black uniform. It's more slimming. But he does. He looks like Kenley's going to spin and turn it, throw it over to second base to try to get O'Neal Cruz leaning. Close play, but he is safe. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. Nasty slider, 2-2. Azuna's going to take his time out real quick and readjust. Standing on deck is O'Hearn. The 2-2 pitch. Brings it. Swing just got a piece of that slider. Was it fair? If it's fair, it's going to be a double play. I think they are going to call it fair. I thought it went foul off the. They're calling it fair, so that's going to be a double play. Good play by Drake Baldwin to clean that up. It's going to be a 2-5-3 inning-ending rally-killing double play. We'll be back in a flash. 1-0 your score. The Braves will try to even it up when we return.
God gives the hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. When did I sign up for the war? When did I enlist?
Facebook just killed me. Dear Santa, I am writing this on the day after Xmas and I am very sad. I only received one of the 2 presents I asked for. Since you ate my cookies, I will assume that my missing gift was a mistake. I will give you 1 week to fix this, Jeremy. Dear Jeremy, I am sorry you are disappointed with your presents. You asked for 2 very expensive presents, and Santa can only do so much. You need to learn to be grateful for what you have, not upset about what you don't. If you continue to complain, I will have no choice but to add you to the naughty list next year, Santa. Dear Fatty, your threats don't scare me. I played your game and you did not deliver. This is not okay. I will give you 1 week and then you will pay. Jeremy. P.S. I don't know why you care that it's expensive when you have elf slaves to make things for you. I think you are naughty for having slaves. Period, Jeremy.
Ichiro finished his first season, leading the American League in at-bats, hits, batting average, and stolen bases, won a Gold Glove Award, and was voted Rookie of the Year and MVP. It would be his first of 9 consecutive 200-hit seasons, breaking a record set by Wee Willie Keeler a century earlier in 1901. Other big league clubs were now eager to sign the next Ichiro.
That's a great thing about globalization, that people can take this thing that you played.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Paul Skeens is a bullet off the plate, 93 miles an hour. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup to Drake at the plate. Takes and fires. Swing. Says foul. Drake grounded out on the first pitch you saw first time around. Slow bouncer to short. Pittsburgh 1, Atlanta 0. One way outside, wide pitch out territory. Just a bit outside, it's 2-1. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for Pittsburgh. The Braves have yet to get a base hit. They've scored 0, but they have had multiple guys on base via the walk. The 2-1 pitch, swing, lifted, high and deep, into center field. That ball's going to bounce off the track against the wall, and O'Neal Cruz poorly plays it, overruns it, and the Drake gets himself a triple to get us going here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. He has had big-time problems since they moved him over to
You don't like the Drake.
center field. He
How
played
could you not
another
like
one
the Drake?
off
Who's the
bat.
Drake? The Drake is good.
He overran that by 15 yards, maybe. So runner at 3rd, nobody out. First pitch swinging by Matt Olson. Sizzles it foul, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-1. We saw that last year in the regular season with O'Neal Cruz at center field, and it continues to be an issue. I mean, in his defense, it's not his position. They're just putting him out there because of his speed, and they want his bat in the lineup. Is the 0-1. Swing, fouls it back. 0-2. My question is, why didn't you do something about this in the offseason and make him your left fielder? Because he's terrible defensively. But you can hide a bad fielder into left sometimes, especially with good speed. The 0-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3, curveball. 1 away. The other issue they've had with him is that he has hit lefties terribly in his career, O'Neal Cruz. It's right-handers much better. So he hired a left-handed pitching coach to work with him. That's going to be it for Skeens, I believe. 53 pitches, bottom of the third. We'll take a quick break. When we return, pitching change. The Drake is at third. The Braves trail by 1. We'll be back in a flash.
Hello, I'm Charles Daniels. For years, we've been taking you to villages like this and showing you the heartbreak of families whose only mistake was being born poor. They need your help. And for only
$2.99
a month, you can provide
the Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
Ask for more. Sorry? Ask for more money. Why are you starting so low?
Don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
As you can see, these villagers are desperate for your help, so don't hesitate. Dial the number and send over
$2.99
a month. That's all we need.
Start higher.
I know, right?
$2.99
a month. May not sound like a lot, but it can mean so much to
Braves Country Radio.
It's not even a round number. I'm just saying, why not start at
$2.99
a month? That's all these people need to survive. And they'd be so lucky and appreciative to get it. So for the price of a cup of coffee.
You talk about all they need to send is the bare minimum to keep us alive.
How you gonna save our lives with only 39 cents? Because I'm trying to do the math in my head, but I just can't see it.
$2.99
This is plenty.
He keeps saying
$2.99
Why you keep saying
For the price of a cup of coffee.
why it can't be the price of an Arizona iced tea?
Because it's not the price of an Arizona, it's got to be coffee.
It don't though.
Plus, coffee is way more expensive than
$2.99
You know, for a starving village, you people have a lot of energy.
Hey, how much was that coffee?
It doesn't matter.
I bet you don't even know what country you in.
I do know what country I'm in.
What country you at? What country you at?
Braves Country Radio. Baldwin at third, 1 out. And righty-lefty matchup, and Jurickson Profar pounds one deep into the sunshine, but foul mercy. It's 0-1. Bayless is your pitcher, the right-hander for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Jared Bayless. The 0-1 pitch, swing, that ball scalded down the right field line. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. 1 run will score, the game is tied. Profar comes in, and he is safe at second base with an RBI double. Profar, pro good. Let's get it, Braves Country.
Well, the jerks start calling. They're running out of you. It's smart. It's a smart line, and a smart crowd will appreciate it. And I'm not going to dumb it down for some bonehead mass audience.
Righty matchup. Here's the pitch on the way to Riley, and he fists one back foul, kind of a jam shot inside. Chased one a little bit in off the plate. It's 0-1. I like this lineup. The one thing I will say that only thing that bothers me is that when you have a guy like Profar who gets on base as much as he does, I hate batting him so far down the lineup, but I don't hate fourth. As the 0-1 is fouled back, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Righty. Pitch on the way, outside wide. 1-2. Braves 1, Pirates not 1. Pitch on the way, swing! That ball is belted deep into left field. If it's fair, it's gone. That ball was annihilated, but it just goes foul. Wind pushing it left to the foul pole. That went well over the tiki bar. One-two count. Brings it. Swing lifts it. High and deep. Going back. On the track. At the batter's eye. Zip, boom, bam. It's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong. Good night, Irene. That ball was charged.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
Austin Riley makes it 3-1. It was a hanging split that didn't split. And that's one O'Neal Cruz doesn't have to worry about playing poorly. That the ball was smoked over his head. First pitch on the way. Righty-lefty matchup to the Yaz. It's 0-1. 419 happy feet, they're calling it. The 0-1 swing and a miss. It's 0-2. They had issues with the distance on home run balls yesterday, but today it appears it's working. Maybe Riley's like Samson. He's let his hair grow out in the offseason. He's got a beard kick, and he says it's here to stay. And then he laughed and said, well, it hasn't gotten hot yet, so we'll see what happens. The pitch on the way is banged foul. 0-2 to Yastrzemski. Braves lead it now 3-1. Bottom of the third, one out. 3 runs across here in this inning. A 2-run shot by Riley, if you're just joining us. The Drake got it started with the leadoff triple. He was brought home by an RBI double by Profar. The 0-2 caught, looking strike 3, punched him out on the outer track, 2 down. You would tend to expect when we have a right-handed starter, Yastrzemski will be in the lineup and playing left field during the regular season. When you have a left-handed starter, it's going to be interesting, but I do believe you're going to see Eli White get some starts. First pitch up top, Ozzie Albies for a strike. It's 0-1. So he would give you the right-handed bat and good glove. And Yastrzemski has a good glove. Profar is expected to be the designated hitter as long as Smurf and Kim are on the IL. The 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. When everybody comes back, and that's a big if because we all know how baseball works. You expect these guys to come back and then someone else goes to the IL. But if they're all back, that's where it's going to get interesting because as the pitch on the way, swing, chops it foul. The Drake would probably get a lot of DH at-bats. Profar would get a lot of left field at-bats. And then they would sprinkle in the Yaz to give guys days off. So he can play right field. He can actually play center field as well. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ozzie Albies chased one well off the plate, and that'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves put 3 on the board. It's 3-1 here in the sun. We'll be back in a flash here in the Great Ruby.
Ruby, what do you want? Hamburger? French fries? Fart. Ruby!
Dear Jeremy, you are being a very bad little boy because you cannot be happy with what you have. I have talked to your parents and told them to take away your Wii U. Wow. Now you have nothing. Once you learn to be grateful, perhaps you can have it back. I am very disappointed in you, Jeremy. You will need to be an extra good boy this year if you want to make it back on the nice list. Dear Santa, I do not like that stunt you pulled. You are on my naughty list. Now be afraid. Enjoy your cookies next year. Jeremy was not playing.
I have still
two gloves that I've carded across all the years, and I have them for a purpose. One selfish, one familial. The selfish reason is I love them. I love them because they remind me of what I was when I was a kid, and they allow me to still be a kid when I hold the gloves. I can still see my parents, I can still see the apartment we lived in, all of those things. The familial reason is that my kids, like a lot of kids today, have an excess of things, material things. But my boys who played baseball, when they were 12, 13, or 14, they would occasionally come to me and say, Dad, I can't find my stuff. I can't find my catcher's equipment. You know where my bats went? And I'd go get one of the gloves and I'd say, hold it up and I'd say, I've had this since 1954. I know where this is. Go find your stuff and don't lose it.
I didn't realize the way I spelt that would come out that way. First of all, he is really bright. He went to Vanderbilt, so can't be a dummy to get into Vanderbilt. As we get our first look at Dylan Lee this spring, as far as the first pitch down and in, lefty-lefty matchup, it's 1-0. I was trying to quickly type out grandpa, so G-Paul is what I meant, and I didn't think about the GPA. You know? This is high too. So a 2-0 count. Good to see you, Garrett. 2-0. Just misses, I guess. 3-0. That looked like one that they should probably challenge, but it doesn't look like they're going to. No, his grandfather played for the Red Sox. Carl Yastrzemski, the Yaz, the original Yaz, is the 3-0 misses high. Ball 4, and he'll head on down first, a 4-pitch walk. By the way, looking at it again, the first and the third pitch of that at bat were both in the strike zone. The first pitch was it was in the lower part, about half the ball got in there, and the third pitch, half of the ball was in the top part. First pitch on the way, lefty-lefty matchup to Valdez. He's 0-1. Carl Yastrzemski is the 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. He's a Hall of Fame outfielder for the Boston Red Sox. He was the bridge that kind of took from the Red Sox fans the 0-2, misses high and out of the zone, slider misses, 1-2. If you were a Red Sox fan growing up in the 50s, and obviously Ted Williams was the guy, Carl Yastrzemski was the bridge that took you to the next generation. 1-2 count, swing, chopper, over to second. Ozzy's got it, shovels it to short. They're going to fire it over to first. A wild throw by Dubon trying to hurry the throw. The ball gets away, but it stays in play. So no harm, no foul, no error. It'll be 4-6 in your scorecard. That's one of those ones where Dubon probably better off just sticking it in his pocket. He had no chance of getting the runner, and he hurried the throw so much he just bounced it into the ground. But Yastrzemski finished with 452 home runs. I'm looking up his numbers here. 1,800 RBI. Hall of Famer with the career WAR of 96. And if you know WAR, you realize that's a big one. Pitch right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Yaz's dad was drafted by the Braves. We talked about this yesterday, but played in the minor league system as the 0-1 down and away 1-1. He played in the Braves minor league system from 84 to 88. Would have crossed paths with Brian Snicker along the way, but that's why the Yaz grew up a Braves fan, is the 1-1 swing and a miss one too. And he said that as a kid, he slept with the Bobby Cox signed glove under his pillow every night. I don't think Bobby Cox actually signed it. It was like one of those Spalding type deals where it's printed on there, but nonetheless, he was a Braves fan. The pitch on the way is outside wide, 2-2. Runner at first, one out. Braves lead it 3-1, top of the fourth. His favorite player growing up was Chipper Jones as the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Good pitch there by Lee. Got her and chased a slider off the edge. Slider almost had a little bit of two-seam action. Nasty pitch. Hey, Neil, good to see you. Welcome back. First pitch swinging here on the next at-bat by Davis. He'll pop it up over to shortstop, F6 in your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. So the walk does not do damage. We'll be back in a flash. It's 3-1. The Braves over the Pirates here in Northport.
Stop saying we talked. That was a interview. And you didn't get the job.
Hey, to whoever decided to only put 4 of them little muffins inside the Little Bites packages, you should count your days, and you definitely deserve jail time.
As the 1959 season got underway, the New York Yankees fully expected to win their 5th straight American League pennant. The Yankees were loaded with superstars and future Hall of Famers like 3-time MVP Yogi Berra, Mound whiz Whitey Ford, and Triple Crown winner Mickey Mantle.
Mantle hits a high fly ball. It's deep left center field. It's way out there. Boy, did he hit it.
In crucial situations, the powerful and talent-laden Yankees were always able to break the hearts of the American League's top contenders. Going into 1959, the Chicago White Sox had a winning record for 8 consecutive seasons and had still failed to overtake New York.
It always seemed, and my father would tell me this all the time, and my uncles, it always seemed like the Sox would be within maybe 2 or 3 games. They'd have a big 4-game series. The Yankees would come into town at Old Comiskey Park. You could get 50,000 fans per game, and this would be it, the big series against the Yankees. And then they lose 3 out of 4 of the Yanks, and they'd be done.
The frustration of getting beaten by the Yankees was hard for Chicago to deal with. But as far as losing was concerned, that was something the White Sox fans were used to. It had been 40 years since the Sox had last won the pennant, and that pennant was certainly not one to be proud of. In 1919, the American League champion White Sox lost a tainted World Series to the Cincinnati Reds, and that team would live in baseball infamy as the Black Sox.
We have guys who actually threw the World Series. They actually gave it away. If any team should have been cursed by the baseball gods, of course it should have been the Chicago White Sox.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Bottom of the fourth we go. Michael Harris the second due up. And he is going to, man, I have not seen this guy in a hot minute. He's going to face the right-hander coming out of the pen, Mike Clevenger, the Pittsburgh Pirates. Clevenger, at one point, was one of the better right-handers in all of baseball, as the 1-0 misses outside wide 2-0. Mike Clevenger from Jacksonville, Florida. I don't think I knew that. Was drafted by the Angels way back in 2011 in the 4th round. Pitch on the way, swing. That ball sliced through the infield, and that's a base hit. And Money Mike is on first with nobody out to get us started here.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
First pitch on the way is down and away. For a ball to Dubon, it's 1-0. Clevenger, he was one of the guys that famously is the 1-0 pitch. Inside, spins him around, 2-0. During the pandemic, he at one point lied about getting a vaccination, and it led to him being traded to San Diego. He went to San Diego, and it just seemed like he was never the same. There's a pitch on the way outside wide. 3-0. So a 3-0 count. I do know he had a major injury along the way, but he has pitched in the major leagues ever since 2022. I think that injury happened right into the 2020 season. He pitched 19 innings, a total of 41 in 2020. As the pitch right there on the inner track. 3-1 count after the four-seam fastball at 94 miles an hour. So it looks like his velocity is there. Takes some fires. Down and away, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Two on and nobody out. Mike Clevenger now set to face right-handed bat of Ronald Acuna Jr. He's 0 for 2 with the strikeout and the pop-out. Back to Clevenger. Last year, 5 innings and a 7.94 ERA. 2024, 16 and a 6.75 ERA. His last decent season was 2023 with the White Sox, where he had a 3.77 ERA, 131 pitches. First pitch on the way is inside for a ball high and inside. It's 1-0. Jarvis is on to pinch run for Dubon. Davis goes out there to talk to Clevenger. Jim Jarvis most likely will stay on to play defense. He's only been in the minor leagues in his career, but he is a shortstop by trade. One 1-0 count. Swing. Rifles it foul back out of play. Yesterday, the starters played a little deeper. I don't know if this is just trading out because they want to see Jarvis or if this is going to start the substitutions. Pitch on the way inside. Almost gets Acuna in the hand. Man, we don't need that nonsense. 2-1. 2-1 count. Clevenger comes set, looks in and kicks. Swing, chopper up the middle, and that's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. Runner at second heads down to third. So Harris is in scoring position. He is still in the game. This may just be Jarvis coming in for Dubon. Tomorrow's game against the Yankees will carry it till about 3 o'clock, and on these road games, they start putting guys that won't even be JUCO transfers in. Pitch on the way to Baldwin, swung on and lifted high and deep into left field, drifting back on the track, making the catch is Jebb, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves threaten but can't get it through here on Clevenger. We'll go to the top of the 5th. It's 3-1 Atlanta here in spring training Grapefruit.
I had my friend hang up on me today because she called me and she was like, I'm seeing someone. And I was like, oh hell, like as in hallucinating or dating.
You know, I'm starting to think that when my wife tells me that she told me something and that I just forgot, that she's taking advantage of my simple mind and using that just to throw some last minute on me. And she's been doing this for a long time, actually.
How did you feel about losing?
Oh, losing sucks. I mean, that's of all the records I have, the proudest record is 1,972 winning games. That's more winning games than anybody in the history of sports. You play the game to win. And, you get in trouble sometimes when you tell kids this, but not to the standpoint that you're a sore loser, but, I've been in situations, Graham, where we just won a World Series, and the guy we beat is in our clubhouse congratulating us. I couldn't do that, because I'm going to sit and analyze why we lost that game, where if the situation comes up the next time, we will win the game and we won't lose the game. If you take losing in stride, you're never going to be a good professional athlete. You might be a good money earner because you're a good player, but I don't want you on my team. I want players who care about winning. I don't care who's watching you and I talk right now. If they got kids that are Little League players, okay, they feel better. I'm talking about mom and dad. They feel better if their kid got a base hit to win the game in a Little League game on the way home. The food tastes better. The phone call to grandma and grandpa's better, as opposed to striking out and going 0 for 4. You know, when I was a kid, if we lost a game, my dad wouldn't even stop to eat. You had to earn that food, okay? So if we went into a prolonged slump, it was almost like going to Jenny Craig.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to start the inning. Swung on and fouled off. It's 0-1. Flores at the bat for the Pirates. And on the bump for the Braves, the left-handed arm of Dylan Dodd. The 0-1 pitch swung on, flipped over towards third base. Riley's got it. 5-3 on the putout. One away. A lot of different substitutions to talk about here in a second. First pitch is right there for a strike. Lefty-lefty matchup. The number 9 hitter, Jeb. It's 0-1. Pitch misses inside, 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. Dylan Dodd bringing it 1-2. He's looked good this spring. He looked great last year when we saw him. Fully expect him to make the bullpen roster. You're looking at the bullpen right now and you're wanting to know how that's going to play out. So here are the options you have as the Braves lead at 3-1 here in the top of the 5th with 1 out. The pitch on the way is in the dirt, 1-2. So you know you're going to have, and this is assuming health, you know on opening day you expect Eyeglasses to be your closer, Suarez to be your setup man as the pitch on the way, swung on. That ball is ripped into center field. That's down for a base hit. And it's a 1-out single for the Pirates. Tyler Kinley, who we just saw, he should definitely be in the setup role towards the back of the bullpen. We're talking about 7th inning, along with Dylan Lee from the left side. That's 4 guys that you can pretty much rubber stamp as, along with, you know, Bummer's going to get in there with what they're paying. His first pitch on the way is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. That's assuming he's ready. Dylan Dodd, I think, makes a ton of sense, but you also have the lefty Danny Young that they signed in the offseason. We haven't seen him yet. As Dodd flips it over to first to keep another close ball. And then other guys you got to keep an eye on that have real chances of making the squad. You're talking about Daysbel Hernandez from the right side, but can he clean up his walk issues? Outside chance of Hayden Harris, but I don't expect him to start the season with the Braves. Is the 1-0. Saying that just missed. I mean, both of those pitches technically hit the strike zone. 2-0. James Karinchak, who's looked good of what we've seen this spring, he's another serious candidate to make the opening day roster. Is the 2-0 outside wide throw. And then, of course, you got the Hunter Strattons, Joel Payamps. It's a good problem to have, but the Braves are loaded. Going to have to make some tough decisions. 3-0 pitch, swung on, chopped through the infield, threw for a base hit. Here comes the throw into the infield. They'll go station to station, and O'Neill Cruz is on again for the third time in this game. 2 on, 1 out. Looking at the out-of-town scoreboard real quick. They're in the second. As Lowe comes to the plate, lefty, swing, fouls it straight back. It's on 194 miles an hour up top. Dodd versus Lowe, runners at first and second. 1 out, Braves lead it by 2, 3-1. We're just in the 5th inning. They're in the 5th inning in Baltimore, and it's 3-1 Rays. We're also in the 5th. And the Blue Jays lead the Tigers 3-0. These are all grapefruit action leads. Red Sox 5-0 over the Twins in the 4th. Phillies 3-2 over the Tigers in the 5th. Astros over the Marlins 2-1 in the 4th. And the Cardinals lead the Mets 3-0 there in the 5th. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Nasty cutter down around the knees. Later on this afternoon, you got the Rockies and Cubs, Reds and White Sox, Rangers and Guardians. The Mariners are at the Royals, Dodgers at Diamondbacks, Giants and Brewers, Angels and Padres. Those are all 3 o'clock hour games. And then tonight, the Yankees host the Nationals. It's the 1-2, high and out of the zone, 2-2. Break up the Nationals. They're undefeated in spring training so far. They're 4-0-1. The 2-2 count. Swing, fouls it back. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nasty. Cutter off the outer edge. Good pitch. 2 down. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna. He's inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Ozuna for 2 on the day. Lefty-righty matchup. Should be a fun showdown here. The 0-1. Inside 2-0. It's a good test early on for Dylan Dodd. I don't know why they have 1-1 on the TV screen. It is 2-0. The 2-0 pitch, swing. That ball's hammered down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It's going to bounce just left of the foul pole down there. I think it bounced off one of the umbrella poles there at the Tiki Bar, deep into left field. It's 1-2. That ball is scalded. The 1-2. First and second, 2 outs. Pitch, swing and a miss. They're calling that 2-2. It's all kinds of confusing. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Pitch swung on, fouled out of play. We'll do it again. So to clean that up, both screens now say 2-2. He motioned ball in that first pitch, but he must have called it a strike. 2-2. Two on, two out, the 2-2. Outside, high and wide, 3-2. Full count, 2 outs. Runners will be on the go on the pitch. Dylan Dodd versus Marcell Ozuna. The wind up, the pitch, swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. Pirates runners will head back to first and second. 3-1 your score. Top of the 5th. Dylan Dodd, by the way, 24 pitches in this inning. I don't know if he doesn't get out of this, he probably does not go any longer. The 3-2 down and in. Ball 4. And Ozuna will head on down to first. Get a quick shout out here on the mound. I believe that's the pitching coach, Jeremy Hefner, but he's not wearing a jersey, he's wearing a sweatshirt. It's not 100% sure. We do have activity in the Braves bullpen. Looks like the right-hander, who must be wearing Ray Kerr's jersey because he's wearing Ray Kerr's number, but he's not Ray Kerr. So we'll have to wait for them to clean that up. Bases loaded, 2 outs, lefty-lefty matchup, pitch on the way, swing, chops it over towards first, and that'll end the inning. By the looks of it, I think that was Karinchak, but he wasn't wearing his jersey. We'll be back in a flash. It's 3-1 the Braves. We'll grab the sticks when we return here in Northport.
Tequila may not fix your life, but it's worth a shot.
I don't know who my people are, but cheers to those of us who can sing the wrong lyrics with confidence.
Meanwhile, can anybody tell me how did Brittany Garner's team finish last season?
I don't know.
I mean, she was playing for Phoenix, right?
Yeah. They
How did they do? Were they selling out all the tickets?
No.
Is she going back to the Olympics to represent the United States?
I don't think so.
So then why the did we let her out of jail? Exactly. Why the was we in a rush to bring her back?
If your wife brags about sticking with you through the tough times, let her know that she should, since she caused them. After she backtalks, say, oh boy, here comes another one.
The Chicago team hasn't won a pennant since 1919. How do you think Chicago will do this year?
Well, Cliff, we think that we have a fine chance of overcoming the Yankees.
You really think you can win a pennant this year if you get a few breaks here and there?
Yes.
Our skipper predicted that we're gonna win this year, and all the guys start thinking, hey, we can go ahead and go all the way. We can do things.
And as the season began, it seemed as if the White Sox optimism was well-founded, and the biggest reason for that was the spirited play of their best players, in particular, second baseman Nellie Fox.
Every winning team has a leader or a spark, and Fox lit the fuse for the Chicago club.
He was a little pepper potter, a left-hand hitter, almost never struck out.
Colonel Foxy has a double and 2 singles today.
I think Whitey Ford said it in 12 years, struck out Fox one time, and he thinks the umpire blew the call.
Welcome back. Righty-righty matchup. It's Tristan English, who is in for Matt Olson. It's the first pitch for the strike, and Clevenger follows that up with a fastball, swing and a miss up around his eyeballs. It's 0-2. Halsey is in right. Leon behind the plate. Leon, I should say. Eli is in center. Nacho is at third as the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Down on strikes. 3 pitches, 1 away. They still have Yaz listed as a designated hitter. We'll see if he gets it at bat. Chunk is in for Ozzie at second. Hicklin in left. And Jarvis stayed in at short. That's the full bag of tricks as the Braves hit the midway point of this game. First pitch misses high and wide to Eli White. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. High socks for Eli on the right-hand side of the plate. 1-0. Just misses. 2-0. 2-0 count. Looks like we've had some other folks slip in here into the chat. GoldenEye, good to see you. 2-0 pitch is swung on and chopped deep at third. That's going to be a long throw. No way you're getting the book of Eli on that throw. That's going to be an infield single for Eli White. You just got to put that in your pocket. There's just no way you're going to get the book of Eli. Good hustle there.
Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us.
1 on, 1 out. First pitch swinging by Nacho. It's fouled back out of play. It's on. Just misses on the outer track. 1-1. Nacho not likely to make the team, but he could play a big role this season. He'll be the heir apparent to come up if anybody on the corner infield gets injured. Is he going to flip it over to first? And Eli, man, that's close. They almost caught him leaning. Tagged him on the wall, but it looks like he touched the bag just before. So 1-1 count. Nacho Alvarez digging in. Pitch, swing, fouls it back. It's 1-2. Braves 3, Pittsburgh 1. We're here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the 1-2 pitch. High and inside. Here comes the throw down to second base. The runner takes off, and Eli White has the base stolen. Pretty good throw by Davis. A difficult pitch to deal with as it was high and inside. Fairly accurate throw, but Eli got a really good head start, and he's in at second, representing run number 4 if Nacho can get him across. The pitch on the way, swing, chops it over towards first. That'll be L4 in your scorecard. He was trying to go with the slider and punch it into the outfield as they had him on a shift, but he hit it right at the first baseman. Flores. O'Neal Cruz is out of the game for the Pirates. Florentino's at center. Williams is in for Lowe at second. Valdez in for O'Hearn. And right is the pitch on the way. Is outside wide. This looks like Mateo. That is Mateo. It's 1-0. Mateo trying to compete to make the everyday roster on opening day. Pitch on the way. Check swing. Did he go around? They're going to say it was a foul tip into the glove. It's 1-1. So Mateo is the designated hitter in for the Yaz. 2 outs, 1 on, bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch from Clevenger. Up top, misses. 2-1. Here's the pitch from Clevenger. The ball in the dirt. Good stab by Davis. Keep that ball from going to the backstop. 3-1 count to Mateo. Standing on deck is Chunk. I know it's technically pronounced Shunk, but if he makes the team, there's going to end up being a Goonies clip for him. Pitch on the way. Down and away, ball 4. So Mateo will head on down to first. Runners on first and second. Still 2 outs. We'll see if Aaron Chunk can get anything going here. Chunk, Atlanta, Georgia, from Colorado Rocky. Drafted in the 2nd round back in 2019. Righty-righty matchup. Pitch on the way, swing. And that's going to be a slow roller to short, 6-4, and that'll end the inning. So Chunk, Cubs up. Not. We'll be back in a flash. 3-1 your score. We go to the 6th. Braves lead by 2.
Call a business owned by a broad and ask to speak to the man in charge. Be a man.
There was 1,000 Brits and 1,000 Americans. Who do you think would win in a fight?
I can't believe I'm about to say this as a Brit, but I've got to be honest. The question there was who would win in a fight between America and the UK. Yep, the UK doesn't stand a chance. I'm a Brit in America. I have been around Americans. I've spent many months in America, right? What are we going to do with our little butter knives? Nothing. The Americans would simply look at the Brits and say, let's go. Yeah, the Brits would turn up with their marmalade sandwiches, Paddington Bear, and their butter knives. What are the Brits going to do? This fight has already happened between the Brits and America. Yeah. And they won with farmers and pitchforks. What makes you think us Brits, yeah, tally-ho, are going to turn up and win? I'm sorry, it hurts me to say it as a Brit, but I've been around Americans. I understand how Americans are, yeah? It ain't happening. It's game over for the Brits, mate. It's done. See you later, King Charles. See you later, pal.
It crashed into the top of the tower.
I woke up the morning of September 11th. I had an appearance in Manhattan, waiting for a car service to pick me up. My phone rings. It's the car service saying, you still going? I said, yeah, why? I hadn't turned the TV on. He said, well, a plane flew into the World Trade Center. Well, I turned on the TV, and then the second plane hit the World Trade Center.
The tragedy was too great to comprehend. The country was in shock. No one knew what was going to happen next. Planes were grounded. Schools and businesses were closed. The financial markets shut down. Major League Baseball canceled all games indefinitely.
Welcome back. First pitch from Dodd to Valdez there for a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Dodd fires one up and in. 1-1 count. Valdez, the batter. Lefty-lefty. Set up outside wide. Swing and a miss. 93 about letter high. 1-2. Misses high. 2-2. It is strange that Spencer Strider has not pitched yet. Don't believe there's any kind of injury concerns. The 2-2 pitch, swing, lifts it down the line, foul. I would hope we would see him either tomorrow or Friday. If not, that really starts to get concerning. And he could be working on the backfields, et cetera, but you'd like to see him in a little bit of game action. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. So one down here in top of the 6th inning. First pitch on the way up top is a strike. Lefty-righty matchup. The Triolo. It's 0-1. Misses one. Looked like it hit the zone. He's been pinching the top and bottom of the zone all game long, dude. 1-1 pitch is fouled back, cutter, 1-2. One-two count. Swing, slices it foul. Do it again. He's looking for an update at the break. I don't see anything being updated. Maybe they'll have something to talk about today after the game, but I have not seen anything. The 1-2 pitch. That ball's fouled back. Sinker up top. Someone took a picture of the diamond vision there at Cool Today Park as the 1-2 down and in, 2-2. Try to remember to post this, but they had a picture of Ryan O'Hearn on the scoreboard, and is the 2-2 down and in, ball 3-2. Ryan O'Hearn, fairly athletic white kid. I say kid, he's probably around 30 years old at this point. But they had Ryan O'Hearn in the picture of Marcell Ozuna. It's a baseball pitch fouled back. And the caption read above it from one of the beat writers of the Braves, it said, O'Hearn from the Pirates. And the guy below it said, not quite. So a full count. It goes back to what I've been saying for the last couple of years. The people that they have doing the pitch on the way is swung on and lifted high and deep into left field, drifting over, making the catch on the run for a loud out number 2 is Hicklin, who is in for Harris in the batting order, but he took over for left field for Jerickson Profar. I think this is Karinchak coming in. They've got him in the number of Ray Kerr, but I think this is Karinchak. We'll see when we come in. We'll be back in a flash. Right here coming in for the Braves. Atlanta leads at 3-1 here in the 6th.
About 70 cents, you can buy a can of soda, regular or diet. For about 70 cents, you can also buy a cup of coffee. For about 70 cents, you can buy a pack of gum, plain or sugarless. For
10 cents a day,
you can buy
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio. Welcome back. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. No, it's Tyler Laporte. Maybe that's why he's wearing Kerr's jersey, because he's not on the list. The pitch is outside wide, 2-0. He's got that same look that Karinchak has. The long scruffy hair and the beard. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Thought maybe it was him, but it's not. Karinchak is listed as 0-0 in the program, but Kerr is 96. We saw Kerr yesterday wearing 96. 2-1. Right there on the outer edge for a strike, 2-2. 2-2 count. Swing, sliced down the third base line, but foul. 2-2. Braves 3, Pirates 1. We're here in the top of the 6th inning. You would think you would see Strider at a home game. We're on the road against the Yankees tomorrow. That usually means backup city. So I don't expect to see him tomorrow, but they could bring him over because, I mean, they've done it many times before as the 2-2. Down and away, 3-2. But what could end up happening is they come back home to face the Red Sox on Friday, and that could be the spot they put him in. Full count. Swing, hammer down the left field line. That ball's foul. Gray has improved today. We've only about a half dozen of the video disappearing, the disappearing acts of the Gray TV camera work today. Yesterday it was well over a dozen. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Laporte gets the out, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. The Atlanta Braves 3, the Pittsburgh Pirates 1. Good old-fashioned battle between the Bean Eaters and the Alligators.
Oh, God. Just keep your mouth shut. You're just making it worse.
I'm just feeling really down these days, and I don't know why. Have you exercised today? No. Did you go outside? No. Did you talk to anyone? No. Did you eat well? No. Did you limit your scrolling time? No. Did you make any plans? No. Did you drink enough water? No. Did you get enough sleep? No. Wait, yes. Yes to that one. Yeah, no, it's, what a mystery.
Over the next few days, the nation slowly began to regroup. Thousands made their way to New York to help search the rubble for survivors. Only a handful were found. They're still trying to find people, Derek Jeter, a resident of Manhattan, said. I really don't think it's the right time to play baseball. On Friday, September 14th, Commissioner Bud Selig announced that baseball would begin again the following Monday.
Following Monday, when they opened Wall Street, the streets were ringed with men with machine guns. There was still smoke pouring out of the pyre of the World Trade Center. A cop recognizes me. He says, "How are you?" I said, I'm all right. I'm all right. "How are you?" He says, "I'm worried." I said, "Yeah, I'm worried too." He said, "I'm worried about the Mets." And I sort of snapped out of it. I said, "You're worried about the Mets?" He said, "Yeah, well, I mean, the season resumes tonight. I'm really worried. You're in Pittsburgh. I mean, do you think they've got enough to get back in the pennant race? I mean, they were doing so well, and can they catch the Braves?" I said, "How on earth could that possibly matter? We're standing, I mean, the smoke coming up from behind us." And what? He says, "Well," he says, "it doesn't matter. Of course it doesn't matter. I got 300 friends dead. It doesn't matter." He says, "But tonight, 7 o'clock, and all day the rest of today, I can look forward to 7 o'clock where I can put my feet up and pretend it does matter."
Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back.
What's for dinner? Hey, chef, what's for dinner?
3-1 your score. First pitch to start us off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hicklin at the plate. Pitch misses wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty, the 1-0 swing. Pops it up. High into center field. Barely a cloud in the sky and the sunshine in Northport. And that'll be F8 in your scorecard, 1 away. What are y'all having for dinner or for lunch today? I came rushing home from the day gig, so it's not impressive. I've got some cheese and I got a Slim Jim. Hope to eat much better tonight. Righty lefty. First pitch on the way. Darrell Hicks is the new pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And the pitch is fouled back by Jarvis. It's 0-1. Darrell Hicks is his last name. It's Michael Darrell Hicks. Is the 0-1, swing and a miss. So Parkersburg, Virginia. .6'5", 231. Played his college baseball at Jacksonville University. Go Dolphins. The pitch on the way. Caught, looking strike 3. Punched him back on the outer track. 2 down. Nasty pitch. JU's had a pretty good baseball program for quite some time. They're never elite like the Florida States and Miami and whatnot and Florida here in the state, but they're usually right there, and they'll upset them from time to time. They usually play them on Tuesday nights here in Jacksonville, and they'll face the back end of the rotation, but they usually give them a pretty good game. First pitch swing, and it's popped up high in the sky, and that's going to be F9 your scorecard, and just like that, 1, 2, 3. We'll be back in a flash. End of the 6th, go into the 7th. Atlanta Braves lead it 3-1.
Hey, I know y'all do stuff different in Africa, but this ain't gonna fly in my American church. A South African pastor who claims to heal people by farting in their face claims he farts the Holy Spirit. Ain't no way. First of all, if you fart the Holy Spirit, I fart cash register sounds. Can't believe y'all letting that man sit down on y'all face. Y'all ain't scared of mist? Yeah, it goes through cotton. You can't even really see it. It's like a spooky dookie. Our people don't think. Not every day is gonna be a fart. Bro, I can't see how y'all let them sit on y'all face after 2 or 3 sermons. You know you sweat on the pulpit. Now you smell like Holy Ghost nuts.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
You're out of luck, because that's like all I got, dude. I'm like 95% cringe, and then it stops because I didn't have enough to get 100%. So it's just cringe, and that's on. Embrace the cringe!
The New York Yankees' first game was in Chicago.
The remarkable part was we go out there, and in the stands you see We Love New York, and we're in Chicago, and you know that, you know, in Boston they were playing New York, New York. That type of stuff just gave you goosebumps when you realized that it was just a country coming together. And our baseball was there to distract the people from, you know, thinking about the horrors that just went on.
Your score. We go to the top of the 7th inning. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for the Pirates. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for your Atlanta Braves. And on to take over is Hayden Harris, the southpaw youngster. Kicks and fires first pitch, P at the knees, 91 miles an hour. It's on. Not a hard throw, but does get a lot of swing and miss. Did very well in the Braves bullpen minor league system in 2025. 0-1 misses outside wide. 1-1 count. So this one's going to be a little more difficult, but we grabbed it out of the grab bag, and I can't reach back to grab another one. So here we go. If you want to blame someone, blame Uncle Charlie. The 0-1 outside wide, 1.
Yep, what I am. That's all what I am.
It's time for Who Am I? I'll be impressed if somebody gets this one. First pitch on the way off of that is in the dirt. I believe it hit him. 2-1 pitch, and yeah, that's going to get him in the foot. We finally got a look at Connor Griffin, and he's going to be a hit by pitch. Ain't that something? Really wanted to see this matchup. Connor Griffin's the guy that we told you went 2 home runs against Boston. They're taking a look at him. They're going to put him on to first base. You do wonder, like, why would you do this? This is the top prospect in Major League Baseball, and he's wincing in pain. I'd take him out. 6'4", 222 pounder, Connor Griffin, the #1 prospect in all of baseball, shortstop. He's jogging down the first base line and looks like he's going to stay in, or at least try and stay in. I just don't think I would do it. I think I'd take him out. He's got anything that you heard. I mean, come on. Okay, they're going to leave him in. I hope to see him get a true at bat next time. But so here we go. The Who Am I? I'm a former baseball player and TV analyst. The first pitch on the way, swing and a miss. So on one lefty-righty matchup, Griffin at first. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Played in the league about 15 years, is the 0-1 right off the plate, 1-1. Probably most well known as a Texas Ranger, but I did play in Milwaukee and Chicago, even a stop in with the Royals. 1-0. Runner is leading off of first. Here comes the throw from Leon, trying to catch Connor Griffin with his hand in the cookie jar. Just got back in time. 1-2. 3-time All-Star. And it is not a rut. I'm a hind catcher. Pitch on the way. Swing. Fouls it back. 92 miles an hour. But I'm telling you, the thing about Hayden Harris, he normally throws in that low 90s range, so 92, 93, something like that. But the way the ball comes out of his hand, it explodes and it jumps on the batters. And so it looks faster than what it is. 1-2. Down below the knees, 2-2. Tom Glavine. Yeah, Tom Glavine, Texas Ranger catcher. Yeah, it's Tom Glavine. You're right. The 2-2 misses. Ball 3, 3-2. 3-time All-Star, a World Series champion with those 85 Royals. Won the Gold Glove 6 times. And I'm in the Texas Rangers Hall of Fame. Pitch on the way. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Very shallow right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. They're going to throw to second. They're going to get the force out. So it'll be 9-6 in your scorecard as the second baseman had a hard time coming over and making the catch. Chunk couldn't find it in the sun. The Atlanta Braves right fielder Closley was playing pretty deep, and by the time he ran in on it, it was one of those, I got it, now you get it. But it will be a force out, and there's one away. Probably good for the Pirates to have Griffin go sit down after banging his toe so they can see if he's okay. You're pretty close, Peta, so we'll give it to you. You Googled it well, but you copied and pasted it. Jim Sundberg.
I am what I am. That's all what I am.
The 0-1. Swing and miss. Williams at the plate. Jim Sundberg. 1-1 count. Down and in. 2-1. Well, I don't know how you're going to monitor that. Monitor someone being on Google. I did not know that he was in the Rangers Hall of Fame, but it makes sense. I mean, I remember him growing up. He's nowhere near the actual National Baseball Hall of Fame, but he was a good, solid catcher. By the time he got to the Royals, he was the backup catcher. 2-1 count. Lefty-righty matchup. Harris, his 15th pitch. Up top for a strike. 2-1. Jeremy says Chipper Gines. The 2-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Nasty. There it goes again. It was the 90-mile-an-hour sinker on the outer edge, but it blew it right by him. His pitches just jump on top of you. And as a reliever, it's going to make him very difficult because you're not going to see him 2-3 times through the order. So coming out of the pen, I mean, he just has, as they say, his stuff plays. Lefty-righty matchup. Now Harris flips it over to first to keep the runner close by. Valdez in for low. Really like this Hayden Harris kid. I don't expect him to break with the team. The pitch on the way is up top for a strike. It's 6'8", 186-pounder out of Augusta, Georgia. Played his college ball at Georgia Southern. He's got kind of that Joe Dirt look to him as the pitch on the way. Check swing foul, bounces it down the line. It's 1-2. He did throw 2 2/3 with the Braves last year, giving up just 1 run. But in the minor leagues last year, he had a .52 ERA as the pitch on the way. Caught looking strike 3. Punched him out on the outer track, and that'll end the inning. This Hayden Harris, man, he's got something. It's about time to get up and stretch, y'all. It's the 7th inning here in Braves country. Welcome back. There it is. There's the cheese. It's hard finding all this stuff when we come off the off season because we move it around as we're doing other things. For those of y'all who may be new to the channel, we famously give our two little dogs that we have American cheese during the 7th inning stretch. It's the first pitch on the way to Sandy Leone to start the bottom of the 7th inning. He's inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Braves lead it 3-1. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-0. Dribbles it over to first, but it's foul. And leaving up the count 1-1. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Pittsburgh. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Atlanta Braves. Bryce Elder got the start today. He went 2 innings, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. We saw Kinley and Lee, Dodd, Laporte, and Hayden Harris just pitched a clean inning. All in all, the Atlanta Braves, the 1-1 inside, 2-1. Remember, Sandy Leone was on the Braves Spring Training roster last year, and he hit 2 home runs in the spring early on. 2-1. Fouls it back 2-2. More likely to be down in the minor leagues ready for action if there's any injuries. All in all, though, that the Braves have punched out 10 Pirates today. The pitch is fouled back. 2-2. 2-2 count. Braves and Yankees tomorrow, 12:45. It's a road game, so we'll get a lot of the backups in. So we're taking you over to the Mariners and Guardians at 3:10. And we'll give you a couple hours of that. As the 2-2. Check swing to go around. He did not. 3-2. Excited to do it that way this year because the numbers last year, I mean, people would just be gone by the time you got Schmo Dunk McGillicuddy pitching in the 9th inning. The 3-2 swing, pops it up, fighting the elements, making the catch. F7 in your scorecard, 1 away. But when they play the home games, you get more recognizable faces. Even the backups, guys like Sandy Leone and whatnot, are more likely to be in the game on the back half. We'll see what happens if they end up going with Strider tomorrow. He has not pitched in the spring training, so 2 innings would probably be his limit. As the pitch on the way, start off the at-bat, swung on, that ball is popped down the right field line, foul territory. Coming in, making the sliding catch for the Pittsburgh Pirates, the first baseman. Wow, what a great catch that was. Samillo is the first baseman. They've put all their backups in, but they've shuffled it around. So I went to look at my scorecard. I couldn't find the first baseman. He's in for Jeb, who was playing left field. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike on the inner track. It's 0-1. Book of Eli, who's in for Profar. 1 for 1 on the day. Swing and a miss. He's batting .571 here in the spring. Last year, 10 home runs. And don't forget, he was the Bristol MVP. The 0-2, swing, rolls it over to short. Low throw, good play over there by Samil. I'll tell you what, he's been the star of the show by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Another good defensive play, keep that ball in play. Braves go down 1-2-3. It's the 8th inning in Braves country. Y'all know what that means.
106 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses
and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? Yeah, maybe. I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
When buying a beer, don't make this mistake. Buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Okay.
Get it! Hey!
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time. Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is not...
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Pregame. Salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be calm in this country.
Yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission for God.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
Welcome back, 3-1 your score. We got a top of the 8th inning. And we do have a Karinchak sighting. He is now in the game. Fires the first pitch in the third. I was excited when they signed him in the offseason. I mean, I remember him being just nails a couple of years ago. Hopefully he can get back to that. Braves got him a steal of a deal. Pitch on the base, swing fouls away. Perfect pitcher to start off in the front end of the bullpen and eventually work his way to the back. That pitch is 1-1 is fouled away. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. Beautiful sunshiny day down here in Northport. Not a cloud in the sky now. The pitch on the way. Caught, look at strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. Think we're going to get a challenge here? It looked, if everything is accurate, it hit the zone. Oh, God, yes, that one hit the right at the top of the zone. I was actually going to give him the benefit of the doubt that it was a little on the edge, but that 100% hit the top corner of the zone with plenty to spare. First pitch on the way. Start off the bat. Florentino is up high for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Right there for a strike. 1-1 count. Right there for a strike. 1-2. Braves 3, Pirates 1. We're in the top of the 8th inning. James Karinchak trying to seal the deal. Keep the Pirates right where they're at. The 1-2. Fouls it back. James Karinchak. Those of you who may not be familiar with him. 6'3", 215-pounder out of Newburgh, New York. Drafted by the Cleveland Indians back in 2017 and played all the way into their years as the Guardian into 2023. 1-2, check swing. Did he go around? They're going to say that he did. It's a long delay, but a strike 3. 2 down. Karinchak had a major injury and was fighting his way back from the injury last year. As the pitch is high and out of the zone to start off the at-bats. In 2024, he had pitched just 6 innings in the minor leagues, coming off that major injury. I'm pretty sure it was a Tommy John. They don't have it listed here, but I do remember when it happened. And then last year, 29 innings in AAA. Columbus is the 2-0 swing and miss 2-1. Had a shiny 2.45 ERA. In 29 innings last year. So he delivered when he came off of the injury, but it just wasn't at the major league level. Pitch is high and out of the zone, so that'll be 3-1. He had a 2.08 ERA in 2022, a 2.67 in 2020, a 1.69 in 2019. The 3-1 swing and a miss, 3-2. Only time he's had an ERA north of 4 was 2021. He's still 4.07, and you know how relievers are. That could just be 1 or 2 bad outings and good night, Irene. Pitch, swing, fouls it back. Another full count. Braves 3, Pirates 1, top of the 8th. Full count, 2 outs. You think about how deep that Cleveland bullpen was last year. Karinchak was just looking for a new start in a new city. The pitch on the way. Pitch misses, ball 4. 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour. And he'll head on down to first. Two outs and 1 on. That'll bring Berg to the plate. First pitch is a teardrop at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Derek Berg. The backstop for the Pirates. Swing, chops it over towards short. Should be an easy 6-4. It is, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves put the Pirates down quietly once again. Until Karinchak wasn't happy with the walk. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the 8th we go. The Braves with a 2-run lead here in Northport.
Oh, we're being rude? Awesome. Cool. My turn.
Suspect's 38 and she still doesn't have a boyfriend yet.
Suspect's 24 and her hair's thinning already.
Suspect doesn't know if it's her ass or a 2x4.
When you got dumb and dumber out here.
I have respect for myself, and this is my best friend, so I have respect for her.
All right.
And I'm being dead honest right now that if you call me dumb or her dumb one more time, I don't care how many steroids you take, how many egg yolks you drink.
How much that thing cost anyway? A couple
Like
$100?
$800.
$800? You paid $800?
$800.
Do you feel violated?
No, sir.
You should for $800.
A standing room only crowd in Cincinnati on its feet. First inning, Pete Rose against Eric Shaw. Ball 1. Rose looking for hit 4-1, 9-2. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike, and he really had a confident rip.
And that was a fastball in tight, which I think is the way that they'll try to pitch him since they were successful with it last night.
If you have a lump in your throat, you're only human. And it's 2 balls, 1 strike on Rose. Everybody on their feet here in Cincinnati and a worldwide television audience watching these moments tonight here at Riverfront Stadium. 2-1 pitch from Shaw into left center. There it is. Rose has eclipsed Cobb. That's number 4,192.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio with Mac McGee, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Bottom of the 8th, Nacho Alvarez. Lefty-righty matchup as Neek is on N-E-E-C-K. First pitch on the way is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Nacho Alvarez 0 for 1 on the day. Had a 234 last year. 626 OPS. He did have the 2 home runs. 1-0. Lifted high, deep into right field. Drifting over, making the catch. F9 your scorecard, 1 away. Last year was so brutal. I remember that being one of the highlights of the year when Nacho got his first home run. We were all excited. Coming to the plate now is Jorge Mateo. He walked in the 5th inning and talked about this. He's got a very good chance of being that extra defender on the bench as the pitch is down and in. I think the ball just missed his foot as he skipped out of the way. It's 1-0. Jorge Mateo. Out of the Dominican Republic. Shortstop. 6'1", 220. And he'll be 31 years old this year in June. 1-0 right there for a strike. It's 1-1. Played his majority of his career with the Baltimore Orioles. He was a starter in 2022, but mainly has been a bench piece. The pitch to Mateo is flipped back foul. 1-2. He's on slider, sinker to start off the at-bat. What you can expect from Mateo is a guy with a good glove. As the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. It's not going to knock you over with his batting stats. In 2022, when he got everyday starts, he did hit 13 home runs. But he's a guy with a lifetime batting average of 221 and an OPS of 629. So nowhere near elite, but he's a solid defender. He's got more pop than what a Nick Allen does. First pitch is down and in to jump for a strike. It's 0-1. So he's there basically to hold the rope until Hassan Kim comes off the IL. 0-1, swing and miss, it's 0-2. Dubon is expected to get the majority of the starts at shortstop, but they want Dubon to be able to fill in a lot of places, so that's why they went out and got Mateo. The 0-2, swing, chops it over towards second base, and that's going to be an easy 1-2-3. We'll go to the 9th inning, see if the Braves can wrap this up and see who comes out of the pen. Atlanta 3, Pittsburgh 1 here in the Grapefruit League.
Y'all, I'm sorry, but you cannot be a fully grown adult blaming your actions on a zodiac sign.
Today, my son asked,
Can I have a bookmark? I burst into tears. 11 years old and he still doesn't know my name is Logan.
I'm just not going to have a man's baby just to have a man's baby.
Well, this is a nice change of generational pace.
If a man wants me to have his baby, I have 2 requirements.
As long as one of those requirements is you both actually like each other.
You're going to get a tattoo of my face on your body because it's a body for a body. My body's going to change forever. Your body's going to change forever.
And the slippery slope begins.
And my push present is either a car or a house, preferably both.
Push present? Like a gift for giving birth? Because you already got that. It's called a baby. You're going to have to find a way to crank that infant up and drive.
And Fox's partner on the infield, shortstop Louis Aparicio, was turning heads with his spectacular play.
This is the truth. Once in a while, I'm playing center field and I should be doing something, but I'd stand there in awe of a play that Louis made.
Aparicio teamed with Fox to become the league's best double play combination. And as the team's leadoff hitter, little Louis also ignited the offense with his quick bat and quick feet.
Louis, you do many things well, but I think a lot of the folks come out to see you get the jump on the pitcher and get those stolen bases.
He stole 56 bases, which was a groundbreaking number in Major League Baseball. He really brought the stolen base back into the game. Aparicio set the tone for, hey, this is what a leadoff hitter should be.
Together, Aparicio and Fox perfected the art of small ball.
Louis getting a single, somehow got the second, Nelly got a ground ball to get him a third, and I'd hit a fly ball. That's how we scored a lot of runs.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Top of the ninth we go, nobody out. And coming on to pitch for your Atlanta Braves is hold your hats. It's Guerra. First pitch on the mitt. On the way is a swing and a miss from the right-hander. It's 0-1. Guerra got pounded the other day when he came in the Minnesota game. Javi Guerra. 6'190", and the pitch on the way is swung on and lifted into left field. Drifting in, making the catch for a quick out, number 1. F7 in your scorecard is Hicklin. That'll bring Jarvis to the plate, shortstop. He's in for Griffin. It's funny how these spring training lines are for those of y'all that pay attention to that. I noticed today the Braves were minus 115 on the money line, even though they were at home and going to have the starters because of Paul Skeens getting the start for Pittsburgh. His first pitch is up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Thought to myself, that's a little strange, but I guess they just figured by the time they get Skeens out of the game, the Braves won't score many runs as the 0-1. Swing. That ball is smacked down the left field line and just foul. It's 0-2. But that's why taking any of those games is fool's gold, because you're counting on a lot of factors to hope. And the one thing you don't have on your bingo card is someone like Guerra coming in to save the game. Javi Guerra from Panama. I was trying to see if he was going to be on the Panama team. I would think he would be, but I don't see anything that says that he is. He played in the majors last in 2023 with Tampa Bay and Milwaukee. The 0-2 is up top, misses 1-2. He has not been in the United States professional baseball since 2023. 1-2, misses high, 2-2. This is one of these things where they're just trying to force to see if he's got anything. He got absolutely rocked by Minnesota, mainly because he couldn't find the strike zone. When he finally did, he gave up a granny. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. Pitch was well out of the zone, but he got a good chase there. Javi Guerra is most likely going to end up on the lower level of the minor leagues to start out the season, but he'll get every opportunity to move up. The first pitch misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. But if you can't find the strike zone, that's going to be a problem. 1-0 count in the dirt, 2-0. Braves 3, Pittsburgh 1, top of the ninth, 2 outs, the 2-0. Swing, that ball is smoked down the line, and that's going to be extra bases. Rounding first, heading to second is Simelo, and the Pirates have the tying run coming to the plate. There's no notes on Guerra as far as why he's been gone for 2 years. I don't know if it was injury, if it was just performance. He has not been in the States at minor league level anywhere since 2023. I mean, by the way I've watched him pitch, I can understand why we haven't seen him, but I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. First pitch on the way. It's inside, almost hits the batter. Spins around Williams. It's 1-0. Alika Williams from San Diego, California. 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1. Played his college ball at Arizona State, was drafted by the Rays back when they had the very short draft in 2020, the 37th pick overall. The 1-1 inside. 2-1. That was a CBA pick. He must have been pretty highly thought of, the second baseman. Has played for Pittsburgh sparingly in 23 and 24. Lifetime batting average of 202. An OPS of 528. So 1-2, swing, lifts it high into right field. That should do it. Coming in, making the catch, F9 in your scorecard, and that'll end the inning, that'll end the game. Shaky outing by Guerra, but he gets out of the dodge, and Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. Braves 3, Pirates 1. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for the Pirates. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for your Atlanta Braves. Game ball, we're going to give one away here in a minor league game. I think you got to go Austin Riley. 1 for 2. He had that big 2-run home run. The Braves win this one 3-1. Pretty quick fashion, about 2 hours and 30 minutes. Bryce Elder, tip of the cap to him, and a great job by the bullpen overall. 7 guys came in from the bullpen. The Braves held them scoreless. Just getting that 1 run off of Elder in the early going. We'll see you tomorrow. We got a doubleheader tomorrow, Braves Yankees, and then we're going to take you to the Cactus League tomorrow afternoon for Cleveland versus Seattle. Little playoff team action in the Cactus League. Y'all have a great one. Thanks for tuning in, and please hype and subscribe. Smash that like as you leave the door.